Good morning to a brand new day. Time to learn and games to play. Learning things is so much fun. Learning is good for everyone.
Good morning, third grade. My name is Mrs. Nix, and I am so excited to be here with you to help support you to become amazing thinkers, readers, and writers. And you know what? Today is Friday, so yay, we've made it a whole week. Great job. So, what are you going to read this weekend? You haven't even thought about it? Guess what? I haven't either, but you know where a great place that we can go and look? We can go to our county libraries and start picking out something from there, or we can cruise on Sora and see what there is to check out there, and we could read something super fun over the weekend, right? Right. Okay, now speaking of Sora, I always like to put in, because I know that we're all anticipating which school is the school that did the most checkouts on Sora this last week. We've got our poster up, we've got our places 2, 3, 4, 5. Who was in that top spot? Are you ready? Let's find out. It's right here, and it was Robinson Elementary. Great job, Roadrunners. I can't believe it. You guys, I think you guys have been up on that top spot quite a few times. How did you do it? Well, guess what? It's super easy. All that it is checking out stories through Sora, and you can do that. Check them out yourself and encourage a friend or two, a classmate, and then your school can be up on our poster. Super exciting. All right, boys and girls, the second thing that I always want to make sure that I talk about with you are these super awesome, super fun activity books. And we've got lots to choose from down here at PBS. So if you have a favorite character, you could even tell me what your favorite character is. How do you get one of these? Super easy. You're going to see an address. It's going to pop up right here at the bottom of your screen. There's an address here at PBS, or you can send an email, and you just simply say, "Hi, Mrs. Nix. I would love to have one of those activity books sent to me." Don't forget to include your address so I know where to send them to. And maybe you're going to tell me a little bit about something you've learned here on PBS with me in the classroom, or maybe it's that book that you're wanting to read this weekend, and you're going to tell me how awesome of a story it was, so maybe I can share it with some other third graders. All right, are you ready to start today? All right, let's get going. So I've got 3 things on our plan today that we're going to go through. We're going to look at variant vowels, we're going to look at some related words, and then we're going to finish up kind of putting those related words, looking at those root words with some prefixes, and we're going to really be thinking and using some comprehension today. Are you ready to start? Okay, let's warm up. We've been practicing these high frequency words all week. I know you know them. Let's go through and let's read them. Here we go. Said, same, run, round, ride, write, read and read, read, put, and ran. Awesome. I love it when Fridays have kind of some easy things for us to do. Does your brain ever feel just tired? Mine sometimes does. So we've got some easy words today. I've got ran, which is R-A-N, and put, P-U-T. Nice and easy words. Okay, let's put them in a sentence. So, please, your stinky shoes outside. Oh, I have a feeling I know what goes there. Okay, let's look at this one. She to the store for milk. Okay, so how about please put your stinky shoes outside? Do we want stinky shoes inside of our house? No, we want them outside. How about this one? She ran to the store for milk. Now, I do have a question with this. Do you think she actually ran on her feet like she ran? Or do you think maybe she got in her car and drove off? Have you ever heard somebody say she ran to the store when really she got in her car and she drove to the store? Yeah, that's English for us, right? Sometimes we do that. Sometimes we say that. Even though we say that they ran, it really just means they got in the car. Okay, so let's get started today. We're gonna do variant vowels, and I've got 2 sound cards that are gonna help us out with that. I've got my spoon card to remind us of that oo sound. There are 7 different ways that you can spell oo. So let's practice them. The more we read them, the better we are going to be at writing them. So let's go through. We've got oo spelled O-O like in spoon, and read this one, smooth, good. EW says ooh like chew and jewelry. Ooh, look at that, jewelry. Okay, U blank E says ooh like in tube and consume. Nice. And UE says ooh like do, like your library is do, and tissue. Good. And U just by itself, like in the word future, and unicorn. Good. Now, UI says ooh like in fruitful and recruit. And OU says ooh like in soup and group. Now, the other sound spelling card that I brought is the book card, and it says So practice that one a little bit. It's almost like you're pushing on your belly. Okay, there are a couple of different spellings for that. So we've got OO, like in hook and bookstore, and then OU like in the word could and should. Excellent job. We're going to switch gears just a little bit and talk about related words. Now, related words, those are words that share a common root or a base word. So when we look down here, we can see, we've got 2 of them today, companion and accompany. Now, if I look down here for some roots, so these are some different root words, I can see the word company, because in here I can see the word company, accompany, and companion, and I can start to think about what those words might mean. And when I think about company, I think about where people are at my house, or if I'm accompanying someone, it means I might be joining in on the fun, right? Okay, so root words can really help us understand what it is, or related words can really help us understand what other words that have those same roots mean. Okay, today we're going to switch gears a little bit, and instead of doing a worksheet, we're going to go through and we're going to read a story. And this particular story is going to be using some of those variant vowels. So I want you at home to read out loud with me, and let's look and see, do we see some of those variant vowel words? Okay, let's go through and let's read it. This is a tree can share. All right. The pear tree in Tom's backyard looks bad. It has no pears. The brown bark is dry. The branches are bare. The tree is dear to Mom and Tom. Mom likes to sit on a chair near the tree. Tom likes to play under the tree. What can we do about our fair tree? It always brings cheer most of the year, said Mom. It needs care, Tom said, but he did not know how to care for his dear tree. Then one day a bird flies to the tree. It makes sounds of cheer. Then another bird comes. The pair make a nest. They make the tree happy. Soon Tom sees green on the tree. He sees pears. The bark looks fine. This tree just needs to share, said Tom. Oh my goodness, especially right now as we're coming into springtime and we're thinking about how we're taking care of our trees and what are we doing to prepare them and get them ready for the spring. Excellent. So did you see some of those words? I saw a couple of them, not very many this time. I saw things like look, which was here somewhere. I know you guys are seeing it and I am not, oh, right here in the very beginning. So So a couple of those words. No biggie. Great job. And I know you guys are reading at home. Oops, I need to turn this around. So great. Let's finish off this week by looking at and finishing up with putting some of those related words together with our root words and prefixes. Now, I have some stuff down here that we've talked about just briefly, but with a root word, I just want to remind you what a root word is. A root word is that word, it doesn't have any prefixes or suffixes with it. No inflectional endings have been added, and that if you know the meaning of your root word, it can help you figure out the meaning of other words that have that same root word in it. So with that, that's kind of what we've been practicing all week. Now we're going to take some of that and put it all together so that it makes sense. So we have a sentence here in the middle. We're going to take one of our root words and put it here, but it's not going to be just enough to put that root word. We're going to have to change that root word. We're going to have to add a prefix. Let's look at a couple of the prefixes that we've got today. We have the prefix pre, which means before. And we've got these three prefixes, un, im, and non, which all mean not. They're going to help us to change the meaning of our word. So we've got some root words: perfect, possible, heat, sense, bearable, sure. All of these words are going to help us with figuring out what word to use in our sentence. Okay, so let's look. The beautiful diamond had a small scratch on it that made it, Okay, so let's think about what can we cut out? Well, it's not going to make sense, so I know that it's not going to be sense, and I know it's not bearable, because bearable means that we're able to live with something. How about, are diamonds perfect? Well, a lot of them are perfect. Okay, so I'm thinking to myself that it's perfect. Okay, so the beautiful diamond had what did it have? It had a small scratch on it that made it, well, it's not going to be perfect anymore. So if we're going to put a prefix so that it's not perfect, would I say that it's unperfect? Is that a word? No. Is it non-perfect? Have you seen that word before? Yeah, no, it's not that one. How about this one? Let's try im. Have you seen this before? Imperfect? Yes. Okay. The beautiful diamond had a small scratch on it that made it imperfect. And sometimes those are the best kind. All right. This is awesome. It's Friday. Thank you so much for hanging out with me all week. I've had so much fun. Remember, you are responsible for your learning success. So listen, ask the questions, and share your ideas, because together we can do so much more. Have a fantastic weekend. I can't wait to see you back here at PBS on Monday, where we can have all sorts of other things to learn about. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.
A brand new day, time to learn and games to play. Learning things is so much fun. Learning is good for everyone.